This spooky looking demon right here is called the Dreadmare, and it's ARK's newest creature. It is a vanilla creature, though it is actually going to be a premium creature, costing €5 or dollars or whatever currency you might happen to use. Just like the Pyromane, you're gonna have to actually fork up the cash to go ahead and use these guys, but they should be available in your world regardless of whether or not you paid that price. So in this video, we're gonna go over how you actually get them and what they can actually do for you once you have them tamed. And I have to say, out of the two premium creatures that we have so far, this thing is miles above the Pyromane. I think that it's absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't look like a reskin, and yeah, I don't know. The taming method is really crazy. So guys, we're gonna get into it now. Do me a favor, drop a like, and this is of course a single player episode here. We'll do like a proper survival episode in the coming days or something. And yeah, we'll try and get a really good one and eventually do some breeding. Okay, so how do you actually tame these things? Well, first of all, it's probably pretty important to mention that they actually don't come out during the daytime at all. They are a nighttime only spawn, but they're actually still around during the day. In fact, it's pretty easy to find them. So you've got two methods. Number one, if you want to find one from across the map, I would recommend just using the gene scanner if you have access to it. So you can just type in Dreadmare, and you can go ahead and get the rough directions no matter where you're standing, and it will kind of tell you what direction to go in. And then obviously we passed it, so that means it's pretty much around here. So for a more accurate way of actually finding it, though, you could just use a parasaur. If you know that there's one in like a rough area, then you actually be able to pinpoint exactly where it's standing, and we know it's standing right there. So at this point, if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and build a big trap around it, and then once it becomes nighttime, when it comes out, it won't be able to get away. So yeah, that's definitely something that you could possibly do. Let's talk about how they actually come out. So they come out around 8:24 to 8:25. I'll pull up the time there and you'll be able to see this. So you can see it pops up at around 8:24. Now at this point, if you want to tame one, you got to kill one. So yeah, that's only level 10, so that seemed really easy, but they have up to like 8,000 health as like a 150. So yes, I would probably come prepared with a bunch of really good weapons and ammo and everything. So this one right here obviously is only a level 10, so it's only going to give me a low level altar, which is an item that it drops, and this is used for the actual summoning / taming process. So for our example, I think we'll use a higher level, so let's go ahead and give ourselves a 150. Okay, so I've got everything set up. There's one right in front of me. It is actually 150, so let's go ahead and switch the time over, and yeah, it should become visible in just 1 second. And we're going to begin this whole taming process. So first step is to kill it. So yeah, again, I would recommend having some really good ranged weaponry because you're not easily going to be able to do this. Also, have a creature that is at least something that you can shoot off the back of, because otherwise it's going to be a real big pain to actually do. So you can see it's applying a couple effects to us there. It's applying Heal Drinker, which is basically, instead of us healing, it will heal our health. So basically, if I was to heal 100 health, it would instead heal that health instead of us doing it. At this point, when it comes down, you could probably go ahead and try to actually hurt it and stuff there with your creature. But I keep pulling out my thing, and I've got H on. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and just reload this. We're going to shoot it a couple more times here. So this is the only, like, the very start of the actual taming process. We're just going to go ahead and just pop a couple shots into it. Now, it will try to run at the very end, so you should probably... Yeah, right now, look at that. It's trying to get away. Hang on. There we go. We got it. Nice. All right, so now we got to go over to its body and grab that altar off of it. And then at this point, I would recommend going back to your base, or at least close enough to your base, so you'll be able to do this whole process. There we go. There's our altar. It's a 150 and everything. And yeah, let's get back over to my tame. So the reason why you'll probably want to be close to your base is because you're going to need lots and lots of apex drops. It kind of has just a random assortment of what it will ask for, but you'll have to give this little altar tributes. Now, it is actually a placeable item and everything, and it looks really cool, but I'm just going to go ahead and just show you something real quick before we do that. So I did want to test this out, and I've already actually done it, but I did want to show it in the video and everything. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. It does not get targeted by turrets at all. I have tested this, but I will show you anyway, just in case there's any doubt. So that's on high, it's on all targets, so it should hit absolutely anything that's not one of my creatures around here. And yeah, let's begin this then. So just pop down this altar right here, And you can see in a second, I think it actually, yeah, it does need to be nighttime for this. So we're pretty much going to like the same time that it comes out at, which is when I would assume it will kind of begin its thing. There we go. Okay, that's a ridiculous first drop. Okay, here's the thing. It's going to ask for any kind of apex drop. I mean, I haven't seen any like deep ocean creatures, but I've went through like 3 of these things and it's asked for everything. Except I have not gotten a gigaheart so far. That's crazy. We're just gonna go ahead and spawn one of those in just for the sake of this little this little thing that we're doing right now. Let's see, giga. There we go. Boom. We got a gigaheart. So yeah, it will ask for like pretty much anything. I've seen it ask for like alpha T-Rex teeth, alpha Carno arms, and everything. I'll show you in a couple minutes on a creature that's not a giga for obvious reasons, as I'll explain in a second. But if you do not have what it's asking for, you can actually let that timer run all the way down. But at that point, it's going to go ahead and spawn in the creature that it's asking for. So basically, if we don't give it a gigaheart, it's going to spawn in a giga, and we're going to have to kill that and also kill the Dreadmare as well. So yeah, I would recommend having some gigahearts because that's kind of crazy. I didn't think it would give us giga, but there we go. So at this point, we want to hop onto our tame because the Dreadmare is in, and you could hear there a second ago, it is shooting, but it's shooting at fish. It's not shooting at this guy at all. So now I think we have like 3 minutes to kill it, and this is essentially how you tame it. Every single time you kill it, it's going to want something different on the altar. And yeah, essentially this is just how you do it. So there we go. We don't have to run to the body or anything. You saw we got some taming effectiveness there. And now at this point, it wants Titanoboa venom. But for this example, I think instead of me actually giving it that, I'll show you what happens when you don't give it that item. Let's let this timer run down. Now, this is where your turret actually could come into use. If you know, have turrets, I guess you could possibly still do this around your base. It's just not going to shoot at the Dreadmare. But in just 1 second, because we did not feed it a Titanoboa drop, it will spawn in a Titanoboa and the Dreadmare. So yeah, there we go. We got both of them. Unfortunately, the snake got headshotted immediately, but you saw it. It was there. And it was also 150 as well, actually, interestingly enough. So yeah, let's go ahead. It's kind of hard to see this guy sometimes with all these effects and everything. But yeah, so you will have to, first of all, kill the creature, and then also you're going to have to go ahead and kill the Dreadmare as well. But here's something that you should note. You shouldn't let it just waste down everything, because you can see it took slightly over a quarter of the durability away from this altar. So you can technically only let the creature basically get summoned in anyway 3 times. You can't do it 4 times. It will be broken by then. So it doesn't get damaged by creatures, but it does get damaged if it has to summon in the creature for you to kill. So yeah, in this case, it's a Megalania Toxin. We do have that. Let's go ahead and do this. I cannot believe we got a Giga on the first try. That's ridiculous. That is so silly. Let's see. So yeah, the Dreadmare is getting a little bit more spicy. It's kind of hard to see just because of the amount of like effects and everything it does on you. But in my opinion, I feel like the best weapon is going to end up being the fabricated sniper, just because you can pop your silencer on there. You can get really precision, good shots, and it's got that good fire rate as well. And yeah, so one thing that you should probably note is, obviously, when it pops in, there is going to... I cannot believe it's asking for another Gigaheart. This thing is greedy, man. That's so crazy. We will spawn one in, obviously. We're in single player. I'm not playing this legit right now. I will be taming one of these legit soon, but yeah, that's going to be kind of a little bit spicier than I would have liked. That's crazy, though, that it just spawns in a Giga. I'll let it spawn in something else that maybe it won't get immediately headshot. In fact, I'll turn this off, actually. Go ahead and just turn that off. We'll give it that Giga Heart. Now, you should see in a second. I'm going to let it pop up. You can have 3 minutes to kill this creature, to kill the Dreadmare, or the Dread Stallion, depending on what gender it is. But yeah, you have 3 minutes to kill it. And if you don't kill it, you will lose taming effectiveness, and then you'll be able to just summon it in again. You won't gain any of the actual taming affinity. You'll just lose like 10% effectiveness or something like that. So yeah, definitely really useful to have a fabricated sniper for this. Like, that clearly is probably one of the best ways of doing this. Aloe Brain this time. I'll let it summon in the Aloe. Also a good opportunity to show you that after 2 force summons, it's going to be slightly below half health, meaning that you cannot let this happen 4 times in total. So here we go. Just give it another sec. There we go. Gonna go ahead and hop onto my guy. You'll see that the aloe is gonna have like this effect around it, and I do believe that it's not gonna be tameable in any way. So there we go. Wait, let's just have a look at it here if I can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it's got like this demonic effect around it. So yeah, you can't tame it, and I don't know if it's any stronger or anything like that, but it's definitely pretty nasty. Let's just go ahead and get this thing killed anyway. I feel like it probably is stronger. I feel like a 150 aloe would have died by now. Huh, that's kind of crazy. All right, come on, bro. Please die. The turret would have shredded you. There we go. Okay. And it just disappears immediately. Now, again, we do still have to kill the Dread Stallion or Mare. I can't remember which one this is. Here we go. Missing all my shots because he's like right in on me. There we go. We got him. His body flew across the whole place there. That was crazy. So right now, look at that. Alpha Raptor Claw. And again, like if you don't have these items, you know, 3 chances. You gotta give it the item. So definitely would recommend just having all the land-based ones. And again, I have not seen ocean creatures like deep ocean creatures like Tuso tentacles or like a Tuso eye or anything like that, but I'm not going to rule out that that could happen. So let's go ahead and get a raptor claw because I did not actually summon in those items. There we go. Nice. Because we can't let that happen more than 2 more times. But again, you know, at this point, you know, like you're not going to be taming these guys early game. I mean, you probably could try, but I would probably not recommend it, just considering the kind of kit that you're going to need to actually, get yourself one of them. Yeah, I don't know. I have to say, it's a really cool taming process. It's very unique. We have not had something like this before. Oh, he ran right in on me, didn't he? There we go. Here we go. Got him. It's actually just, yeah, we'll reload this as well. And now he wants another Giga Heart. That's crazy. Oh, I feel like we're getting just really, really bad luck here. I will say that when I was testing this the first time, it asked me for an Aloe Brain 3 times in a row. So maybe it's the first item that it just wants to ask for a lot of times. But you can see we're almost there. I think we're probably like 66% done. So probably like 2 more of these, I would say. But yeah, again, if I did not have a Giga Heart and I was doing this, then that's a 150 Giga that I've got to kill. That's insane. Absolutely insane. So again, if you're on PvP, you got a turret wall, probably the best option because, you know, the turrets can target the creatures that get summoned in, and, you know, a 150 Giga sounds kind of terrifying. Anyway, another Giga! Wow! I'm just gonna give myself a couple more of these, man. That's ridiculous. Okay. It's fine. It's all good. Let's see. Let's kill this guy real fast. So, you know, if you have like a big creature like a Giga or something, it probably would be a good idea to go ahead and, you know, just pop that creature out and try to kill it with that creature, just because you're going to have really good range and everything, AoE and whatnot, using something like that. Don't have Uteranus lungs either. There we go. 1 more to go here and you'll see. Here we go. All right. Go ahead and get this guy around here. I can't see him at all. There he is. Yeah, kind of difficult the way he moves around. Like, they've got really good movement and everything. Very, very exciting, honestly. There we go. Got him. And now we should just be able to go ahead and tame it. So depending on if you let the timer when it was out run down at some point, you're not going to get 100% effectiveness. But also, no matter what, even though it says 100%, we're still only going to get 99.9 because it's come out as a 224, hasn't it? Yeah. It's kind of silly. It should probably come out as a 225, just considering, you know, it doesn't say 99.9% there, but there we go. We have ourselves a Dreadmare. Now, when they're tamed, you can be out in the daylight. You don't have any issues or anything like that. No issues at all with that. So let's go over some of the abilities with the Dreadmare. And is this one a mare or stallion? This one is a mare. There's actually no visual difference between the mares and the stallions. I've looked at them for like 10 minutes each, and I cannot spot anything that's different. So yeah, just in general, like, they have that amazing design. So there's a lot of things that this creature can actually do, and probably one of the more exciting ones is opening up a pocket dimension to put your tames into, which is essentially like a localized version of cryopods. You can do that by using the black hole ability, which is going to be C, and you can essentially pop that creature into a pocket dimension. Now, that sounds really strange, but it's essentially just like cryoing your creature. And now if we wanted to, we could go ahead and get all the way over here, and we could just go ahead and summon it out up on top of here, where I guess at some point I was like practicing some building to potentially build up here. I can't really remember, but I can see some structures. Let's see. So yeah, you could go ahead and just chuck out your creature there, and that's kind of how that works. It's pretty cool, but you're probably wondering what that number below where it says black hole is, and that's actually the drag weight. So let's say we have a giga. Let me go ahead and get myself one. Okay, so we have a giga, but real quick, you can see we actually do have cryo sickness on this creature for the next, I guess it's going to be 5 minutes in total. But yeah, so we can't actually do that again. Let's see. Let's pop him in and then drop him back out. He should come out with cryo sickness if I do this. So yeah, you couldn't possibly just continue to do that. So yeah, definitely, you know, you could do it once and then put your creature back away and then leave. But yeah, it's not going to be something that you're going to want to be constantly doing. You're going to want to wait that 5 minutes. I'm not really sure if it's a thing on PvE, but it might be. Anyway, let's go ahead and just get through that cryo sickness, and then we will try to check out this giga here, and I'll show you how you can actually get one. Okay, no more cryo sickness. Now, can we put away a giga? No, we cannot, because the drag weight of a giga is above 265. Now, there is a way to increase the drag weight on your Dreadmare, and that is going to be leveling it. So you'll see right here, you can see the number right down there. If we pump one level in, that goes up by, what is that, like 19, I think? Something like that. Maybe it's actually 20. No, it's 20 on the dot. So we can actually bring that all the way up to 1,000, and I think that's what the drag weight of a giga actually is. So let's see. Let's try it now. No, it's not 1,000. It's probably 950 then. So there we go. You can actually put away a giga. It's possible. Kind of crazy. Let's just get down over here and I'll pop it out. So you could use this creature. If you pump a bunch of levels into its weight, you could use this as a way of just dropping a giga straight into somebody's base. And I guess even like caves and other places where, you know, maybe you can't drop out cryopods. I'm not sure if this creature could work in those spots. That would be kind of insane if that was a thing. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and put away the giga. Can't do that while also in orbital camera. Damn, that sucks. Here we go. Nice. So yeah, you could drop out your giga, pick them back up, and then get the hell out of there. Very, very useful. Okay, so let's test this thing out then. So first of all, we did come out with 47 points into its melee. So very, very good to begin with. Doesn't really do that much damage though. Only 72 damage. Not super great, but yeah, let's go ahead and test out some of the attacks here. So that was left click. It doesn't do any sort of like right click while you're on the ground. It actually just moves the camera up like that. We do have a couple shields and other things here as well, so let's go ahead and activate the Aura of Hate, and I believe that's going to go ahead and just kind of like damage them over time like that. And I think that's also how we get our healing. You can see up there, health recovery boost, Aura of Hate. So yeah, I believe the Aura of Hate also disables mate boost as well. So it's really cool, honestly. That could be very, very useful for taking down some big targets. And as you can see right there, it does a lot of damage at the very end of it. So that's kind of crazy. And then obviously huge cooldown on that, like 2 minutes. So that's absolutely ridiculous. Next up, we got the Terror Shield, which is going to go ahead and just kind of block incoming damage, I do believe. It's kind of hard to like actually figure this stuff out without somebody else here to test things, but this guy also got a little fear boost right there. So it's almost as if like a Uteranus was fear roaring on this guy. But yeah, we can test that out again in just 1 second here. We could also just go ahead and pocket Giga real quick. That is so silly. I think, wait, could we not do it? Oh, I don't think he had space to fit. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and put him back away. But yeah, there's definitely like a sweet spot for the carry weight where you can just carry literally anything, essentially. Very, very useful. I like that a lot. Let's check out this Terror Shield again then. So let's do that. And you can see it does put on like a fear boost onto him, which can essentially mean that you're going to be able to deal more damage, but he's also going to like run away from you. So it's a good way of like protecting yourself if creatures around you get feared and then they're going to just bolt away from you a little bit. You'll be able to, you know, heal or whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, could be quite useful. We got a couple different like wing and like flying attacks. So there's kind of something weird about it though. So the wing blade is if you're holding down what is it, right click, you hit left click. So basically when we have this, I think we can also do it when we're on the ground. So if we're on the ground, we can do it as well, just like that. and it applies that like heal kind of transfer. So we're going to be essentially getting that creature's healing. Now you can do that while you're on the ground. You can't actually do the Dark Wind attack while you're on the ground, can you? Oh no, you can. Okay, I tried that earlier and it wasn't working. Maybe I was doing something weird. But yeah, Dark Wind takes like about a minute to come back. So yeah, that one is very, very costly. But yeah, you can essentially do either of these while on the ground or in the air. Obviously, I can't do Dark Wind again real quick. But yeah, you can see this one's got some pretty decent range on it as well. Just fly a little bit further away. Okay, so we're hitting it from here. Let's see, how far away is that guy? He's like 125, 26 meters away. Okay, yeah, that's some decent distance. I mean, like, you could be fairly far away and still hit whatever you're trying to hit. Could be quite useful. Let's do the Dark Wind while we're in the air. And again, that's left click and right click hold at the same time. And you can also just get like a second to aim it as well. And there we go. We get the Dark Wind effect onto you. But in all honesty, I think the Aura of Hate is probably going to be the best one. I mean, like, that's kind of insane how much damage that actually did. Yeah. And then it did like 720 at the very end. Just in general, I don't really see this creature as like a brawling creature. It's more of like a kind of, you know, you hit whatever you're trying to hit from afar. You don't really get in on the action too much. And, you know, go ahead and just try to. There we go. At the very end, that little, like, ball kind of thing. I think if you're around whatever you're trying to hit, you're going to go ahead and do that blast damage that we did earlier. But we didn't get it there because we weren't close enough. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But, yeah, you can't actually black hole wild creatures or anything like that. Let's go ahead and just pop out the Giga. Let me just show you. Just going to go ahead and chuck him out over there. And he has cryo sickness, but it's all good. Let me just show you. So yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm actually hitting the button, but you can't see anything pop up because it's just not possible. But yeah, it's not gonna work at all on this dude. So just in general, mobility with this guy, really, really good. Kind of feels a little bit like a griffin. So you can go left, you can go right, you can go backwards, you can go forwards, of course. You can also glide with it as well, and you can also point directly up or down. But yeah, the gliding feels very similar to a griffin. It doesn't have a dive bomb, but it does, you know, have some pretty good speed on it. I'm not going to lie. That's quite good. And without the dive bomb, you don't go down as fast, so you can get a really good glide going as well, I think. Really, really like the feel of this thing. And again, you could just like also do a bunch of attacks from the air as well. You can also kind of do them while you're moving fast enough, at least, as well. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely think this could be quite useful for taking down just, you know, like wyverns and stuff like that. Definitely super useful for that, because I feel like you'd easily be able to outspeed a wyvern with one of these guys. So yeah. Anyway, let me just go ahead and show you that it does not. Yeah, you can see it just kind of stops when you hit the ground. So they are indeed breedable, and their little babies look kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie, they look so strange, but you'll see. Oh man, look at this little thing. Their little faces are great, aren't they? I love it. I really do. Oh, it's kind of like got that like goofiness that the lightning wyvern has, where like it just looks down on you like there. Let me see. Let me get him over here. Look at this little guy. Ah, man. It's got like that full on like fire effect as well when it's a baby. It really it's really amped up right now. It's kind of crazy looking. But yeah, it's so awesome. But yeah, I think you're probably better off just going ahead and disabling ally look, because then it's not going to do that weird thing where it's kind of like looking at the ground almost, like trying to smell its chest or something. But yeah, that is a really cool looking baby creature. So I know this one looks really crazy, but this is just to show off the different color regions, and it actually has. I think it actually possesses all 6 of them. So region 0 is the red, region 1 is the blue, region 2 is the green, region 3 is the yellow, region 4 is going to be, it's actually in there somewhere, and I'll show you in a second, but region 5 is, of course, the magenta right there. So region 4 is kind of strange. Let me try and here, hang on. Just going to set this thing to fully white. So yeah, you can see right there, region 4 is something, but it's extremely subtle. Like, that's at a cyan, and you can't see any cyan there, right? Yeah, I don't see any at all. But yeah, that's really cool. You can also see that it just has like a natural kind of red color to it as well. So that's not really gonna go away. Like, this is a perfectly white one, but you know, these colors just kind of don't go away because that's actually super natural for them. But yeah, this is actually really cool. Honestly, now I really want a white one. Look at those wings. They look weirdly fleshy or something. It's kind of creepy, but I like it a lot, actually. Damn. All right, well, anyway, that is going to be the Dreadmare. You know, pick it up if you want to. It's a premium creature. Like, if you like this experience that you saw here and you want to try and get some of these guys, you want to try and use them, you know, go ahead and pick it up. If you don't feel like it's something that we should have to pay for and you don't want to support it, then don't, you know? Nobody's going to force you to do that. Nobody's going to force you not to do that. It's up to you how you spend your money, realistically. My opinion is, I have the money. I've bought it. I did get a code. I did not use it. I'm saving it for my charity stream. In fact, I will actually have some codes available for these guys on the charity stream, but for that, you will have to donate, of course, and that's going to be happening on Friday, so I'm super excited for that. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. If you have enjoyed this little video, go ahead, do me a favor, hit the like button. We will tame one properly in survival mode, probably maybe tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I didn't really know this thing was coming tonight, so it's kind of just being a little bit of a hectic night. But yeah, that's going to be it, and I'll catch you in the next one.